is there. G.I. Joe, American hero. G.I. Joe is there. It's G.I. Joe against Cobra.
Endgame program, and be done with them.
Okay, party people, it's everyone's favorite part of the weekend. It's 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that means you're here for the late night G.I. Joe and Transformer stream, and I'm the SwishPOP. Okay, guys, so we're gonna get into it. Let some people fall in here. Yeah. So I don't know about you guys, and I should know this, but apparently I've had a busy week leading up to today, and apparently today was like G.I. Joe Day, and I kind of missed that fact, and I kind of should know that or whatever. And the G.I. Joe team released a bunch of new renders, and we'll spend the majority of this stream talking about those renders. But before we get to that, we got to do some regular housekeeping on some stuff. So, like I say always, as of right now, until you know any different, we will always be here at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to finish off your weekend. Last thing you have to do before you go to bed and you get up in the morning, you go to work. So, you know what? If you're here, thanks for joining us. And I really appreciate you dropping by. Oh, Carlos is here. Welcome, Carlos. Good to see you. Anyways, so yeah. So, you know what? Busy weekend, but you know what? This is time to try to chillax and relax and just talk some toys and stuff like that. Because toys are fun. And regular life is not so fun sometimes, especially when you have to go to work and stuff like that. Anyways, let's see. Liquid's here. Hello, Mr. Liquid and Carlos are here. Regulars. So you know what? Like always, we'll just start off. I love discussing, what I've picked up during the week or whatever. And it's a little easy way to go into things or whatever. You know what? I keep on saying, it's so funny, okay? Because I posted I was late on my long form YouTube video this week. It was my wife's birthday. That kind of took up a few days or whatever. Some prep work and stuff like that. And long story short, my regular long form YouTube video slipped by a day. Normally comes out Saturday around 8 a.m. But because shorts are easier to do, I made a couple shorts and I published those to the channel. And one of them was a video of me going to a thrift store, Value Village, and I was commenting on how large it is. And, in the video, I found some Generation 1 stuff. I found some G.I. Joe stuff. And, I had people comment and go wow, I'm never that lucky with the thrift stores. And the thing is, the reality is that you don't understand how many times I go to the thrift store and leave empty-handed. So the video, like all social media, makes it seem like, oh, I go there all the time and I find all kinds of stuff, and that is not true. I say I find something to buy one every 10 visits. So while I do go there a lot, there's a lot of days I leave empty-handed. So it's funny, the short that I made about that Value Village in Kingston, Ontario, it's a very large Value Village. So many toys. I was there today, and there was not one single thing, not even what I would consider a sniff of any vintage toys, and I left totally empty-handed. Now, the only defense is that I didn't get there, just the timing of things. I only got there around 10:30 and it opened at 10 o'clock. So there's a slim chance, maybe somebody went in and sniped all the good stuff or whatever, but I don't think so. It's just random luck, right? So guys, if you have a thrift store in your area, think about checking it out. If you get lucky, you might want to go back more. You're not going to find something, but you got to keep on going back because it is completely random on the thrift store finds. You don't know who else was there that time, the 20 minutes before you. You don't know what was donated. It is completely random on what you're going to find. But the only thing you can do is you can constantly go back and fingers crossed you find something. Because, I mean, in the long run, I've certainly found a lot of stuff at thrift stores, but it is completely hit and miss. Anyways, so that's a long story to say that this week I have found nothing at the thrift stores once again. So no thrift store finds. Now, something I did get this week though is I added to the retro collection once again, and I picked up the Cobra Eels, and this one, like, I would consider this, so like I've talked in depth about the retro collection before. This is kind of what I would consider phase 2, where they increase the thickness of the card back. It is very thick, like you can't even do anything here to it. Anyways, so that it's a very nice product. And what I would consider phase 3 now, this is a phase 2 one, in my own personal opinion. That's not a real official thing. This is something I just made up myself. Is that the card artwork, which is very important to me, second now, guys, is more in line with the vintage stuff, the original card backs. And because I find they are straying away from that a little bit, and it's kind of annoying because it's one of the reasons why I do buy the retro. So this one is very good. But like, I'm not impressed with the Zap. That one is coming out. That one is like a Fortnite character. This one is, it is a rendition of the Real American Hero one. It is not a 1-for-1 reissue, but it's still very nice. So anyways, glad I was able to pick up the Retro Eel. Now, a lot of people, of course, are seeing these at Ross. RossCon is still on the go in the USA. We don't have any Ross here in Canada, and we don't get deals like that. We don't get deals like that, and it sucks. This one's from Amazon, and it was on sale, and I had some gift cards or whatever, so it didn't cost me really anything. Anyways, so another one. So it's so funny because you can see Dr. Mindbender, which was my latest retro release. So now I've got 4 here, 4 here, but now I've got Cobra Commander up there, and now I've got the Cobra Eels. So I think I kind of need to redo this again. There's a lot of G.I. Joe classified to the ceiling here. Although Star Wars is kind of dead for most people, I still have some Star Wars stuff displayed here. I was big into Star Wars for a while. I don't want this to disappear right now, so I don't know if I'll move it down here. I don't know. I don't know how this is perfect. I got some new monitors this week, and they're larger, so I got to be careful where, like, my clearance here is with the toys. So, long story short, there's a lot going on here. Anyways, I got a new Cobra Eels. Let's check in with the chat for a second. Oh yeah, Liquid. Yes, we will get to the mail call 1 second, just before we get to the new classified figures. I found an OG, a Real American Hero Red Ninja for $10 at my local antique shop. Good job, Carlos. I found 4 Steel Core Commander Twilight Guard sets of Burlington. You know what? Burlington's getting in on the sales now, too. That's pretty sweet. Good job on that. DD's Discount has Legacy Marine Snipers for $11.99. Man, like those Legacy like figures, they're pretty cool. I have to be honest though, and I don't know if anyone else feels like that. Those Legacy snipers are weird because not weird. Okay, I shouldn't say weird. That's not appropriate. But they're women, right? And there's nothing wrong with being a female character in that case. But I do feel like maybe that one would have sold a little better if it was like a man character, right? A male. So I think that is why those ones ended up at such on a discounted rate or whatever. Anyways, there's some sweet deals, Carlos. I am impressed. Good job. They are some sweet deals. Okay, now, just 1 second. I got to reach over here. Now, guys, I'll try to burn through these very quickly. We'll do some mail calls quickly. So this is a new thing. So I started to save these up or whatever. I started to save these up because I thought it was kind of cool, something to do on stream or whatever. And like I said, if you are from Canada, you might understand this, but if you're American, you might not understand this. I'm not sure, and this is just a recap, so everyone's on the same page here. I'm not sure how expensive it is to send something small like this in the USA, but here in Canada, you can send something small like this, which is supposed to be a document, a card, a piece of paper, okay, like a letter. You can send this for about 1 or 2 stamps, which is like $2 or $3, okay? So a lot of people have figured out that you can probably include a G.I. Joe piece or a Transformer piece or some kind of, very thin action figure piece like this. Anything above this, and like I keep on pulling out my Optimus Prime blockies here, like this would cost $20 or more to ship within Canada, okay? So, when people are dealing like, hey, can you send me your mainframe here? Do you want to spend $20 for a mainframe, or do you want to spend $5 or like a couple dollars to send this? So a lot of people have gotten into doing this. So my mailbox keeps on filling up with these things. And the problem is, I do a lot of random deals on Facebook in our Facebook groups for G.I. Joe, and sometimes I get a lot of these and I don't remember what I ordered because I have I don't know what, 5 or 6 here, and I won't know what's in the bin until I take it out for you. So right away, okay, this one's kind of cool. And so also, I always say this little hack. Now this won't apply to many people. If you cut this open, you can easily reuse this. So I keep these and reuse them when I have to send stuff out. Anyways, instead of totally destroying them. So right off the bat, no pun intended, I ended up with a really nice, the light's really bright. I couldn't get the brightness down today. But trust me, okay, it is a really nice, a Real American Hero bat. It's got its crotch, it's got its real hand, it's got a very nice visor. Now, the only thing is, it is missing its a center chest piece or whatever. But this was very cheap. And a seller had it on their one of their listings, and I grabbed it very quickly. I did not need it. I have a mint complete one. I have a second one like this that I just restored a couple weeks ago. But the reason why I picked it up is because I love the bat. He's always been one of my favorite, and I had all the pieces to complete him again. So now I'll have 3 complete bat for my collection. And these guys will all go in my glass case, and someday I'll show you pictures of that. So, first up, Real American Hero Cobra Bat. And the thing is, I keep on saying retro because I am waiting for the retro bat to go on sale to pick him up. Because I want to add to my collection for that. Okay, that's the one. Let's see what we got here. Where do I do the scissors? I always got to be careful. I'm trying not to show people's addresses or my address on camera here. So, I'm kind of a rookie at times. So I'm trying to not dox myself here. Now, let's see what we got here. Okay. Interesting. See, once again, I don't know. I don't remember what's in the package until I get out. So here I have 2 Generation 1 Starscream fists, and I ended up trading for this. So we did a trade. So I sent one of the guys out something. He sent me this or whatever, and you just do it at the same time, trusting that the other person's going to send the stuff. Works out great. So 2 retro original Generation 1 Starscream fists, and I was only missing one, but it came as a package deal. And so now my Starscream is 100% complete. And it's funny actually. Obviously as a long-term Generation 1 collector, these are all Generation 1s right here, mostly right here. I'll have a lot. For whatever reason, whatever way it worked out, I never really had a Just a second, trying to fix the camera. I never really had a complete Generation 1 Starscream, and I only managed to pick one up during the pandemic. So like only a few years ago. Anyways, but he was missing, I think he was missing a fist. This is the thing, okay? I don't know about you guys out there, but like I have a ton of stuff like in boxes and bins and stuff like that. So long story short, I think I needed one of these. It wasn't visibly on my guy in the case. So now I got one. We'll put him on and we're done with that. So, okay, let's get to another bin. I have no clue what this is. We'll do this side. Okay, number 3. Guys, don't worry. We'll get to G.I. Joe classified stuff in a few minutes. Just going through opening these packages because I waited all week to do with you guys on stream. Okay, so one thing people have gotten to used to doing is you use painter's tape because it doesn't leave like it's easy to take off, right? And we'll see what this is. I don't even remember what this is. Oh, okay, yeah. So, oh, sweet. Okay, sweet. So what we have here is I got 2 pieces to another Sky Striker, which looks like I'm completing another one, which I've completed one a couple weeks ago. So yeah, so I've got the 2 wings. I've got the 3rd wing. It should have been here on my desk. And then I have a landing gear that I have to restore, okay? The landing gear that I have to restore, it's quite common that they break. I have all the pieces. I've successfully glued them together and put them in place before. And then I'll keep this as mine. I won't try to sell it. I'll sell one of the other ones. Anyways, so that's kind of cool. And then I have a piece to a Cobra Bug, and it goes on one of the little side things, and this is not what I ordered here. Well, it is what I ordered. Somebody sent it to me, but they didn't think, anyways, long story short. So, that's kind of cool. Got another piece to my Cobra Bug. That is garbage. There's one cool thing here. Okay. I know which one of them is, so don't worry. I know we'll get chatting about classified in a few seconds, guys. Let me just get through these. And then we can talk about how everyone's feeling about the new stuff. Okay. So. So this is interesting. This is from vipersvault.com. I don't know if they ship internationally to USA. But if you're in Canada, you should check out Viper's Vault. You can't see it there. It is a great little resource. They have a lot of stuff that you can get there. They have thousands of G.I. Joe pieces on their website. And I've just talked to the guy numerous times before, lots of times. And a good seller. And you know what's funny? Sorry, I got to get this off here. Painter's tape again. So I ordered 2 pieces. So last week I showed you I got a Tiger Rat. I thought it was missing a couple pieces, so I picked up one of these things, one of the missiles, and I picked up one of the rubber tips to the 2-piece missile. Anyways, that's another story. We'll get to that. But the gentleman over at the Viper's Vault, he always, when you do an order, he always sends you... Oh my god, I got painter's tape tucked in my fingers. He always sends you a new pen. And so this pen has a Storm Shadow version 2 on it. Really hard to see. It's too bright. I can't... Yeah, there's Storm Shadow. Right there. Storm Shadow version 2. It's got his, like... That's really cool. This is a really cool pen. It's got the Araja Shaki or whatever logo on it as well. This is a nice little pen. Oh, that's awesome. Going right into use already. Highly recommend Viper's Vault. Okay, now, this is just a letter. Make sure we get this the right way because I know what this one is. One more to go after this one, guys, and then we'll talk about G.I. Joe Classified. So, let's see what we got here. Oh, sweet. So, hilarious. This is 2 replacement chess pieces for the G.I. Joe Cobra Bat. And remember, I just said I have 2. I only ordered 1, but he sent me a second one. So now I'm set. That is so sweet. That is awesome. So impressed with that. Hot deal. And then this one. Okay, last one. Last mail call, guys. Last mail call. This one is cool, okay? I won't bore you with it too much, but this one is cool. This one was worth being the last one. Oops, I think I showed my address there. Guys, don't slow that down, okay? And try to find me. You know? Okay, this one is really cool. But, more painter's tape. 1 second. Let me cut this one open because it's being a bit more difficult. Okay. Throw it on the ground there. If it's one thing that really got me and a lot of other kids into G.I. Joe was these pamphlets. Oh my gosh. So a couple pamphlets. So I had this one, but it was in really bad condition. And like these things are totally classic. Right? Like those pamphlets, people, you spend hours looking at these pamphlets. One of the guys on the forum had them for really cheap for a few of them. That one. Let's see what we got here. This one. Of course, they're very old. They're paper, and you have to be very careful with them. Like, this one is ripping. It ripped. So, this one just ripped a little bit. I'll tape it. Whatever. It's just for me. Like, they're old, right? And they're bent up or whatever. So, you know, such cool stuff, right? Anyways, I'll fix it up. It's hard not to have them rip. And yeah. Anyways, and there's a third one there, more vintage one. I won't go through that one. Anyways, that was a really cool mail call for this week. So I think that was a successful mail call. Lots of good stuff. Like, there's nothing more exciting than getting stuff in the mail. I love getting stuff in the mail. Anyways. So, that's done with. I don't think there's anything else to show you guys. I'm trying to think if I got anything else, but you know what? Nothing to show you, and nothing else to show you guys. We'll get some more stuff. I'm picking up some stuff on Monday. And we'll show you some stuff next week as well. Okay, so look, let's jump right into right now. So chat, get ready because I'm gonna be coming to you. Okay, so we're gonna start with what we're talking about. We're talking about the new, apparently G.I. Joe Day. Just 1 second. I gotta see if I can. The new G.I. Joe Day classified render reveals, and we're gonna jump right into it. Who did I have up first? I think we're going to start easy and then we're going to work our way through them. Okay, guys? So we'll probably, we've been at it this 25 minutes already. We'll probably, I need to go this way. Just 1 second. We'll probably take an hour, not an hour, maybe an hour. Autocorrect Primer, welcome back. It's been a while. No worries, dude. You're always welcome here. Okay, display images. Boom. First one. Okay, we're jumping right into this. Okay. So, we are talking G.I. Joe classified, G.I. Joe Day reveals, and then we have the 2-pack for the Renegades. Now, we already knew this was coming. They told us a while ago that it was coming, and now we're finally seeing the reveals or whatever on this. I mean, I think this is pretty standard. Pretty standard stuff. Now, my personal opinion, is I'm not really into these guys or whatever, but they look really badass. It's Red Dog and Taurus, right? I believe Red Dog and Taurus. Joey Bits and Toys. Bits galore. Anyways, so Red Dog and Taurus, I think they've done a great job with them. But my thing here is, this should have been a 3-pack from day one. I'm not a big fan that they did the two packs or whatever. And whatever. We've talked about that before on the channel. I think these guys look good. Like, look at the accessories they come with. I love how they come with the little football. They come with a football, and it's even got like the little holder for it or whatever. I mean, this is pretty sweet. They've got like weapons, like, you know, melee weapons. They've got guns. They've got knives. They have the extra hands. So, I mean, overall, I do think this is a very well done 2-pack for Classified. And if you have the Mercer and Sergeant Slaughter, you really need to pick up these two guys to complete your Sergeant Slaughter's Renegades. I mean, I think it's pretty cool. Do you think his hand? I just noticed Red Dog. That's his name, right? Red Dog. Autocorrect primer. I'm looking forward to getting them. Joey, hello, Joe. Just tuning in. Nice to meet you. Welcome to the channel. Liquid. I was okay with Sergeant Mercer. I'm glad I don't have to buy these clowns. Wow. Tell us how you really feel, Liquid. Excited to finish the Renegades with this 2-pack. The football hand should have been used on Footloose and Zap. I just don't know if they could make it affordable if they did a 3-pack. Yeah. Primer. We're just kind of a primer. I've done in other videos before, like that 3-pack of the Vipers, I don't think sold very well back in the day. And like that showed up at Ross, like it was an expensive set, and it was showed up at Ross and it was like dirt cheap. So yeah, like 3-packs, I don't think have been really doing it very well for Hasbro. So I would assume that is why they kind of broke it up. They knew that the Sarge and Mercer would certainly sell because people wanted Mercer. He's the most popular one. And people like Sergeant Slaughter. So I would assume that is why they did break it up. Me personally, I would have just liked the 3-pack of Renegades. So like, if you wanted the Renegades, you were all in and you were done. And, you know, this way you wouldn't have to pick up 2. Because, once again, remember, for the 2-packs, for the most part, there's no deal. You're not getting a deal for buying a 2-pack. They charge you pretty much what 2 individual figures would cost. So, I find it kind of annoying that they don't do, like, a deal for them. But whatever. That's just me. But, you know what? Overall, the figures look nice, the accessories are cool, and they've done a great job. That football hand looks weird, though. Like, he's like, hey, I got a football. Give me the football. Throw it. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some people who are going to do some crazy scenes, like, you know, play football with them and play, like, Joe versus Cobra. That'd be pretty cool with some blue shirts, because I'm sure a million of people out there have picked up a million of those retro blue shirts that were on sale on Amazon like a few weeks ago. Anyways, really nice. Great job. I think they did a good job. Not for me, but doesn't mean anything. Just because it's not for me. Remember, guys, I always tell you I'm on like a budget, and I only have so much to spend. I don't buy everything, and you know, I don't need everything. I don't feel like I miss out if I don't get this, but I do think it's very well done. Billionaires definitely getting these. Joe Toys. We're just going to shorten to Joe Toys. Reminds me of the failed Shardamus crowdfund project figure Street Guys. Oh, I'm not up on that. I'm not sure what that is. But yeah, I think for Classified, I think they've done a good job. I'll put up a poll when I get a chance when we go through all of them to see which ones everyone's most excited for. You can only put 4 in the poll, so we'll see. Anyways, it's nice when they also finish off your little sub collection, right? The Transformers team does that a lot. You know, they'll make sure they do the target masters and the headmasters and stuff like that. And you know what? Right here, by putting this 2-pack of Renegades out, you've completed those, and you can get them and you can put them to the side and you have them, right? If you didn't know who these characters were, this 2-pack would be really weird, mess of weirdness. I agree, Liquid. That is a good point. These guys are sort of obscure. They're from the movie. The G.I. Joe team, for whatever reason, good or bad, has been on a G.I. Joe movie kick. I don't know if they're just trying to complete it, or maybe the designers or whatever, they're like, that was their thing. That was their introduction into G.I. Joe in 86, or, you know, if they've seen it later. So anyways, for whatever reason, they do show, they have been doing a lot of the movie figures. And now we have, you know, these guys done. So, yes, I agree. Not a necessarily nostalgia hit for a lot of people. This is related to the movie, and very well done, though. Joe Bits. Okay, it is Joe Bits from now on. Okay, next up, let's move along. Let's see what else we got. I'm trying to do this in a certain order here now. Let's do... Let's do... Ninja Force Zartan. So Zartan version 2. This guy's interesting. Let me know in the chat what you guys think of this guy. Is this guy the musket of the wave? I don't know. So I think historically a lot of people really enjoy Zartan. Zartan is one of the classic characters. And let me see here. What do we got here? I don't know. Zartan's one of those classic characters. I'm gonna actually make this a little smaller so we can. Did that squish it? Oh, look, he's so fat and wide. I'm Zartan. I think that's roughly it. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, so the thing is, oh, you know what's funny? Okay, guys. I just noticed that what's shown on my screen here may be a little different what it's outputting it, because I think my screen, I just got new monitors and they're a different resolution than what the output is. So I have to play with that a bit more. Let me see if I can just move this over here for the yeah. Okay. Okay, so long story short, Zartan version 2. Me personally, look guys, I say this often. I'm not crapping on the G.I. Joe team or anything. This is when G.I. Joe, when a lot of us who were into G.I. Joe started to get out of G.I. Joe when we were younger, right? I did not have a version 2 Zartan as a kid because he was part of Ninja Force. I only had Slice and Dice when I was a kid. And I can't remember... Was version 2 in the comic book at any point? I can't remember. And if they weren't in the comic book, I wouldn't have been exposed to them, because that was my lead way into the whole thing there or whatever, the whole series. Anyways, so we're talking more neon colors. You've got that neon orange. You got those very loud green pants and that purple accessory parts of his legs. So it's funny, because I just did a sale on some 90s figures, and I sold this guy, and his weapons are all, I believe, like hot neon pink or hot neon orange color. So I'm glad they didn't do that and went for a more realistic color. What is this thing up in the corner next to the bow, next to the arrows? Like, it's this like this thing up here. I don't know what that is. Is it? What is that supposed to be? I don't know what that is. Anyways, so you've obviously got like the arrows. You've got a bunch of knives, a bunch of swords. His knives can go into his legs. The Real American Hero toy was like that as well. I mean, I think he looks cool, but like, I'll stick with the original Zartan because that's the more iconic look, right? Looks cool. Once again, very well done. Let's see. Let's see. Primer Zartan looks good. I will get him in my collection. Good job. Night Force Zartan would look good on the Dreadnought shelf. Ninja Force. Sorry. Night Force. Ha. NF. Night Force Zartan will look good on the Dreadnought shelf. No. People love the Dreadnoughts, right? They love it. Anytime, I'm sure if you could get stats from Hasbro, I am sure that that the people buy a ton of Dreadnoughts, right? Let's see. A Liquid Waist Up. I'm kind of into the Zartan. Yeah, I mean, I have to be honest. Like, when I seen this earlier today, I was like, no, I'm not getting this. The more I'm looking at it, I'm thinking about it. I think, like, for me, this would be like, okay, you went on discount and I picked them up, like, later. If you went on sale on Amazon for, like, 40% off or some of that, I might pick this guy up. This is not a run out to the store, buy him for me. But once again, I'm not going to complain that he doesn't look good, because I think he does look good. It's just not necessarily for me right this second. Carlos said nice accessories. He does have a nice variety of accessories. Like I said, I don't know what that thing is in the right hand corner, the long stick thing. I don't know what that is. Liquid. Interested in seeing Zartan in hand to make up my mind. Definitely a deep sale purchase only. Yeah, that's what I just said, Liquid. I feel the same way. It's the undrawn bowstring. Is that what it is? Okay, interesting. I'm a Dreadnought Completist primer. War Wounds 33 sword knife holders. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, okay, so he's got a lot of good stuff here, right? I think, because the thing is, as of right now, we only have the render video, the render pictures, right? Once they do up those promotional shots, I think Zartan might look totally badass. If they can get him in a good promotional shot, he'll look badass. I think he looks really good here right now. Like I said, for me and Liquid, like Liquid said, I would only pick him up on discount, because there's not much of a nostalgia factor here for me, because I didn't have a version 2 Zartan back in the day. But very nicely done. Leg swap for a pair of jeans. Yeah, get those get those green pants off him. The green and purple is very loud. Very, very loud. But I mean, it goes with what the character is known for, right? The character is very loud in general, because it was back in the day when the neon stuff was hot and in, right? So, anyways. So, Zartan, he's doing pretty good. He's doing pretty good. Let's see. It's a good torso, Carlos says. Throw some IG limbs on him, and if you could get a good Hannibal character. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because it would look like he had a full jacket on then. So I mean, that would look pretty cool. Yeah. So it's good. It's good. Let's see what else we got here. Where's the button gone? Okay, next up. So we did Zartan. We did the Renegades. Let's do this guy. Okay. So we've got the Hydro Viper. And so I just got a wetsuit like last week or whatever. Hydro Viper's coming out, so they can battle in the water. And you got the Cobra Eels, right? And you got Torpedo. So we've got a couple oh my god, underwater guys now or whatever. I think this guy looks pretty cool. And if you had, like, the thing is, the underwater stuff is kind of, I feel it's a little limited on what you can do with your Dio stuff. You really have to push the limit on your dioramas, maybe, to incorporate the underwater guys. So I think is very well done. I don't know if it'll be a super hot seller, but I'm thinking about picking this guy up. I like the mask looks absolutely stunning. I think they did such a good job on that mask. Very cool. Comes with the was it a manta ray? And then no, it's supposed to be a stingray. Sorry, is that the front of its face looks more like a manta ray, but that's a stingray. I apologize. And then it's got that knife, that classic. Like, I always referred to that knife as it looks like a lightning bolt. It's a Harry Potter knife. And you got the classic gun, you got the backpack. The fins are the fins, yeah, the underwater fins. They look cool too. Like it looks very, mutant. It looks very animalistic. It goes with the mask very well. I think this guy is pretty sweet. Can I actually? I can't. I didn't know if I could zoom in. Let's see. Let's see what the chat says. I need to see Hydro Viper alongside those red Cobra divers. Oh, I forgot about the red and the yellow Joe divers from the Mass Device series. Yeah, Carlos, love the Hydro Viper. Absolutely a must. Primer, oh yes, I'll be getting this. I had him as a kid. Yeah, Primer, I had him as a kid too. I really enjoyed him as a kid, and I have him in my adult collection now as well. Joes were competing with TMNT. Yeah, Doctor No Good. Yeah, he's very like mutanistic or whatever, right? And it's going with that look or whatever. It's almost borderline the Cobra Freaks, right? With Raptor and like Crocmaster, but he's got that like Cobra Trooper like underline look to him or whatever. I think he's fairly nice. This guy I would consider buying him straight up. But I don't necessarily need him right away. I would like to add the Hydro Viper to my account at some point. It's just that we'll see how the rest of it falls out. For me, and I don't know if anybody else out there in chat is like this, I have to kind of balance, like, I collect G.I. Joes, I collect Transformers, so sometimes when the new Transformers and the new G.I. Joes come out at the same time, they overlap and stuff like that. And I don't want to have like 100 things show up at the door and have a big Visa bill, right? So anyways, it's a first world problem of too many toys showing up at the door. If they HasLab the Moray this year, I'll buy 3 of these. That's a good point, Liquid. If they do the Moray, that would be a good pickup for these guys. I feel like if they did do that, you would see the the eels, and this guy Hydro Viper go shoot up or whatever in sales or whatever. I think the coloring is nice. I think they look really, really well done. I can't complain about this guy. He's got the webbed hand like he did back in the day. See, like, is that part of his suit, or is he a bit of a mutant or whatever, right? So, very, very nicely done with the Hydro Viper. You know what's funny? I look at his eyes, and I guess it looks like he's got, like, just white eyes. It doesn't look like he has pupils. So, is he more mutant-y or whatever than originally thought? But I was going to say, before I looked so closely, it looked like his eyes were closed, but now it looks like he just has gray eyes, like he is more of a mutant or whatever, right? Interesting. Dr. No Good, of course, that was Ninja Force and the Neon Colors. Yeah. Neon Colors, that's all the 90s are, buddy. 90s is neon. Everyone loved neon. Okay, so let's move on. So this guy, I think, once again, no complaints so far about this wave at all. Hydro has always been genetic range. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know. He looks, yeah, I know. I know he's been engineered, but it's just like they're really leaning into that. Like they're doing a good job of accurately displaying that with the figure, right? He's got the eyes, he's got the hand or whatever. So yeah, I can't keep all the lore straight all the time. Now, let's see who we talk about next. Okay, let's. What do we have here? Right away in the chat. What do we have here? You tell me what this is. I think I know what it is. But you tell me what this is right here. I'll take a drink. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Water. So, like, right away, like, this is, I found that this was very unique that they did this or whatever, right? They put this out and they're like, hey, by the way, look at this mystery figure coming. I mean, so okay, I asked the chat always delivers. Carlos said it was Zorro. Zorro's coming to G.I. Joe Classified, guys. You heard it here first. That was a good one, Carlos. Good job. A Cobra outlaw named Desperado. Now, Liquid, is that real, or like is that something you're just making up? And then Primer says Wild Bill. I mean, the thing is, I would assume the easy fun guess, Liquid. Good job. It's fair. It's a fair guess. Okay. The reason why I asked that question, okay, I think this is weird that they did this. I don't know why they did this, because I think a majority of the collectors would assume that this is indeed probably maybe Wild Bill version 2 or just a cartoon version of Wild Bill. We already have Wild Bill in the G.I. Joe Classified HasLab, so they got to do something different, right? A little different. So version 2, Wild Bill, because he has the hat as well. And then Wild Bill is known for having these like 6-shooter weapons or whatever. The only thing that throws me is this axe. I don't know why. Did Wild Bill come with that axe? Just one second. If I go 3djoes.com and I put in Wild Bill version 2. So, second now, guys. Bear with me. And we go here, and we go here, and we go. So I'm assuming this is what we're referring to. I love how it doesn't, okay, yeah. I'm assuming this is what we're referring to. I'm assuming we're getting, this is the Wild Bill version 2 that this is representing. He's got the hat, he's got a gun, but I have this guy, he doesn't come with any knives. I don't think so. This is not a good, oh, and it does come with a knife that goes down underneath his, on his backpack. You're right. But he doesn't come with that axe. That's why the axe thing is kind of throwing me off. Anyways, that's version 2 Wild Bill. Let's go back to here. So, I mean, yeah, this I would assume is fair to say that it is a version 2 Wild Bill. I mean, what else could it be, right? Some said it was Brave Star. Yes, that would be hilarious too. Wild Bill says no good. Retro card Wild Bill. Normally, Primer, they do the retro card ones in a separate batch of releases. I think that's a fair guess. And it's almost comes back to that a few waves ago where they put out that Major Blood. I was like, that should be a retro release Major Blood, but it was just a mainline Major Blood. So I am thinking, just based on what they do, I think this would be a mainline version 2 Wild Bill. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was a retro one as well, because that makes sense. But I would assume version 2 Wild Bill. Full Force confirmed it was a brand new character, so not Wild Bill. Sorry, really? I'll say Wild Bill cartoon version, but it is it, yeah. Okay, Liquid Identity. If they get a mainline Wild Bill, I hope it's the brown flight suit. Oh yeah, it would be retro, huh? Darn. It'd be orange and blue cartoon style. Yuck. Could be Wild Bill version 5. Wild Bill version 5. Wild Bill version 5. There's a version 5? I can't find it on... okay, I can't find it on 3D Joe's. Their search engine sucks on 3D Joe's. Okay, I'm sorry. So that and Liquid, it's really funny. That's why I stopped you earlier when you said that. Like, that is the only reason why I would assume they blocked this out, because it would be a different character. We'll see how it goes. That's Hasbro's way of saying we released the Tomahawk with Wild Bill. Yeah. So interesting. A brand new character. I'm not a fan. Haven't been a fan of their original characters. Just because I collect the G.I. Joe Classified based on nostalgia, and then there's no nostalgia if you have a new character, right? An original character. That's just my opinion. Anyways, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. And I'm assuming, I believe from what I read, like I said, the weekend is always hard for me because there's family stuff and whatever, so I don't spend a lot of time in front of the computer as much as I do during my work time. So I believe they said we will see more of these characters, maybe at Toy Fair, which is coming up, I believe. So I believe we don't have to wait long to actually see these in hand. And hopefully they'll give us more details on this Wild Bill / original character right now. I mean, maybe that is why they did this, right? They blocked him out. Everyone's like, it's Wild Bill, but it's actually original character. We fooled you, and you talked about it a bunch. Maybe so. I don't know. We'll see. Oh yeah, it would be retro. Oh, darn, it'd be orange. Sorry, version 5 was 2002. If that's a new character, I'm down for that. Yeah, Primer, that's cool. I mean, whatever. Like, people like what they like. It's got to see the design. Obviously, one is going to assume that it's a Joe because it's on the blue background. It's not on the red background. So, I mean, pretty cool. Anyways, we'll see how that goes. I don't want to spend too much about that because there's not really much to talk about with it. And like I said earlier, that's what really threw me was this this axe down here, because it doesn't really fit in with Wild Bill's character. I mean, they could be just expanding on his character, but we'll see how it goes. Let's see. Okay, next one. Where am I going here? Okay, let's do Overkill next. Now, this is another late character that I'm really not too familiar with. I know a lot of people were super interested in this guy, and I think his claim to fame is the later cartoon series, right? He was one of the main bad guys in the later cartoon series, and basically my understanding is that he's the leader of the bats or whatever, and yeah, so, and he gets blown up a bunch and they put him back together all the time and he comes back or whatever. So that is about my complete understanding of Overkill. He's pretty cool. His chest is very bright green because once again, he lived in that 90s era. I believe he came out in the 90s. And he's very colorful. Let's see, Overkill. 1992. Overkill Bat Leader, right? So apparently, I wonder. I don't know. Like he in his toy form, he had a gun that popped out of his chest. So it looks like, if you look close enough, it looks like his chest opens up. Or whatever. He's got the Autobot matrix of leadership in there or whatever, right? And so I mean, I'm assuming a gun pops out or something pops out from his chest. Obviously, I have to wait and see. But that was his known gimmick back in the day, and I'm sure they're trying to replicate that as much as possible. Liquid says, the aesthetic is awful. Not the 90s anymore. Just not for me. So, yeah, like I said earlier in the stream, for me, like what? In 92, I would have been 12. I didn't have this guy. Anyways, so he's pretty cool, but I didn't have him, so once again, there's no nostalgia like I mentioned on the Zartan version 2 that we talked about earlier. But I mean, I think he's pretty well done. He's a unique character. He's a unique colors, right? That gold and red really stands out. He's got that bright green chest that opens up. I think this guy, because he's a bit bulkier too, I actually need to see this guy in hand. Like some of the guys in chat were saying earlier, sometimes your perception on how the characters look and feel, it changes once you get to see them in hand or whatever, right? Like the renders are very nice to get like a general idea what the team is thinking, but it's, you don't, until you see the 3D-ness of the actual toy, it's hard to really grip it and to own it and understand what it is. Good update on that figure. Yeah, because just a second now. I'll just do this again. I don't know why that does that. So yeah, there's the Overkill from the 92 line or whatever, right? So kind of cool. I don't know why it does this. Kind of cool. Anyways, so he's got that big gun. Yeah, he's got that other side gun too. It looks like it too, and which snaps into his backpack. Wipe out Bat's attack. He's got the auto. See, the chest is definitely gonna open up or whatever. Yeah, pretty cool. So it's funny. So whatever reason that's not following my scrolling, and we'll close it out. We'll go back here. So I watched the whole DLC series during the pandemic and really hope they made this guy. That's cool, Billionaire. I have the other series on DVD, and I have never watched it. I should watch it. Some of the cartoons are pretty funny. It got really kind of silly. Like the cartoon style really changed for me. It looks like so cartoony and like bubbly or whatever compared to the more like seriously drawn tone of the original series. The further classified goes, the less the collector audience, I think. Fun for some, but not for Hasbro if they don't sell. I think you're onto something there, Liquid. The thing is, I think the team that is developing the classified stuff, I think they mean well, but I think two things. They're kind of like, well, we've got to hit certain points or whatever. We got to have so many female characters, and we got to have, we got to go through the lines or whatever, and they got to go through the years, and I feel like they're kind of like done emotionally with the original like more vintage series or whatever, and now they're trying to experiment and try to catch that wave of what the 90s figures feel like. And a lot of people like myself, that really drove G.I. Joe are not really into the 90s figures because we grew up back in the day. But I mean, there's always going to be like, there's always, when I was 12, there was a kid who was 8 and he loved the 90s figures, But I think what drove G.I. Joe is more the original collectors like myself. So we'll see how this goes. I think Overkill, he's a robot. He's got a big gun. He looks like he's got a gimmick. I think he's going to sell fairly well. But am I going to run out and get him? No. But I think he's going to sell fairly well. Because the moment you mention the word Bat, that's a hot seller. We haven't had Bat version 2 yet. After seeing this Overkill, I would assume the Bat version 2 is coming fairly soon. I think because I'm sure like they'll do that, they'll use that same green that's on his chest for his arm, his gun or whatever, right? And some of his accessories is that exact same green. So I'm assuming the Bat version 2 is going to come very soon. Carlos says, I love Overkill. Another definite get. Good for you, Carlos. Dr. No Good. The 2003 Overkill and the 1992 Overkill was better than the 2005 version 3 Overkill. Yeah, once they get into those modern ones in 2005, not into that stuff whatsoever. But once again, you can't really complain against the design features. The team has done a great job modeling Overkill. Good job. Let's go to the next one. Okay. We've only got 2 left, guys. So, next up, we have Airtight. And you know what? Airtight is my guy for this wave. I'm really liking Airtight. I think he looks really good. And they rocked the Real American Hero look of it. I think this was probably one of these guys where like he was kind of like tough to translate from Real American Hero because he has a very unique job function, right? And he's not necessarily like in the trenches, like shooting cobras or whatever, or like, you know, disarming bombs and stuff like that. Like this guy, I think they did a great job. And I like the yellow. It really pops against the green. Airtight is such a classic character that I think they did it very, very well here. I would pre-order this guy. I'll pre-order this guy. Don't forget, guys, and just if you're here from Canada or USA, whenever these guys go up for pre-order, which it's probably Monday or Tuesday or maybe Thursday. I don't know if the Full Force podcast mentioned where they go up on pre-order because this is where all this basically came from. I don't know when they're going to go up, but when they do go up, I will add them to my Amazon store, Amazon USA and Amazon Canada stores, the both of them. And so, because sometimes what happens is on Amazon Canada and Amazon USA, you search stuff and it doesn't show up. It's very dynamic or whatever, right? But if I can add it to my store, you can come to the store and find it very easily, right? So I'll add them to my store as soon as possible when they go live. Feel free to order them from there. Once again, it's the same price as Amazon sells them for. As a person who's asking you to go buy them from Amazon, basically Amazon pays me like a 2% commission if you buy it from my store because I helped them with a sale. Long story short, I don't get much out of it. But if you're interested in that, do think about checking out the Amazon store. The Amazon store, the links are at the top of the chat. I've also created a bunch of different they're like folders, different sections, subsections. There's a hot deal section in there that I'm constantly updating. Anytime something goes on sale, I go in there and update it. Okay? So if you're just bored, go to the hot deal section. You'll find some good sales there sometimes. Both Canada and USA. I update both of them. Okay, so Airtight. I think they rocked Airtight. I'm really happy with the way Airtight looks. His mask, does his mask come off? Yes or no? Do we know yet if his mask comes off? It seems like maybe not. The reason why I say that because in this render, if his mask came off, you would think they would have the mask off and show his regular face. So unless a Liquid says his helmet is removable, but do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, by having his mask on, like the Hydro Viper had his mask off, right? By having his mask on, we are not presented with what his face actually looks like. So, it's kind of weird. So, we'll have to see. That's Taxi Vipers. Alright, for sure. Finally, now do Harrow Vipers. Haha. I don't know what you're trying to say there, Liquid. Oh, Hazard Vipers. Okay, yeah, sorry. I didn't finish down the chat. Helmet is removable. Yeah, I know. It's just weird that they didn't show us what his actual face looked like. That's Toxo Vipers. Yeah, I do love it. I'm sure, like, now that we've got Airtight, we'll probably do Toxo Vipers sometime down the lane. Down the road or whatever, right? Because, you know, Toxo Vipers put out the stuff and Airtight cleans it up. So I think he looks good. There's not much to say about him. Like, he comes with the little handgun. He comes with his like cleaning. I don't know what I don't even know what the weapon is called. I mean, I don't even think as a kid I really understood how to play with Airtight. He's got the weapon sucks stuff out, right, and cleans it, purifies it. Is that what it does? Somebody give me a quick rundown on what Airtight's weapon actually does, or when quote unquote tool. I don't know if I considered it a weapon, because I can't remember Does it suck stuff up and purify it and then shoots it out the back? I'm not really sure. Yeah, Toxic and Hazard. The Hazard Vipers were really cool. Those were the ones with the big suits on, right? In Modern, like it was part of Pursuit of Cobra, I believe. Those guys are really cool. Those guys they're nice. They had a lot of cool detail. That's what I liked about the Hazard Vipers. Toxo Viper is more classic, just Cobra Trooper. I think we'll probably get a Toxo Viper very soon as well. Yeah, Toxo Viper and Bats version 2. I think we're going to get those guys fairly soon. In 2026, I'm not sure, but maybe announced in 2026. Anyways, or leaked in 2026. David, thanks for joining the chat. Welcome. We're just discussing the new G.I. Joe classified figures. So, let's okay, we only have one left to talk about, okay? I'm going to just throw a poll up. Which is your most wanted new classified figure? Let's go. Let's say we're going to go Airtight. Oops. Zartan. Overkill. And we're going to do... Just 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to throw up a poll. And guys, answer the poll if you could. And once again, I can only put in 4 options. You can't put in 5 or 6. It's kind of annoying. YouTube needs to fix that or whatever. So I put in Airtight, Zartan. We'll put in V2. Overkill and Zanya. Of course, we haven't discussed Zanya yet. We'll talk about her in a few seconds. But yeah, so starting the poll. So give me a few votes, guys. That which one is your most wanted new classified figure? Oh, I messed up that. Okay, can't pull. So give it a couple seconds. Throw in some votes there, guys. Oh man, I should have brought some snacks. I'm kind of getting hungry. It's late. It is, the tote board says, it's 12:38 a.m. Eastern Standard Time where I am, guys. Yeah, so let's see what the chat is talking about. Okay, Liquid says, Airtight is chemical, biological, and radioactive. I assume the gun was like a big air filter vacuum. That's what I kind of assumed as well. As an adult. As a kid, I don't know if I knew it did that. I want a Heat Viper, David. I absolutely love the Heat Viper. I think these are good. Look, the fact is they always try to include some troop builders, some Cobra troop builders in every wave. So I think like Toxo Viper, the Heat Viper. Who else did I say? Toxo Viper, Heat Viper. Excuse me, the Bat version 2. These are all good suggestions, and I think we'll see them fairly soon. Toxo Vipers and an Eco Striker. That's interesting, Carlos. An Eco Striker, that would be fairly easy for them to do. For a second there, I forgot they even did the Oz Striker. I don't have one personally. I think you're right. I think a Eco Striker would be an super easy repaint. They could throw it as an exclusive somewhere as well. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Good call. Okay, so Airtight, let's see. 6 votes, eh? Oh, guys, and you only voted 2 ways. Guys, there's 20 people in the chat. Let's get some more votes on that thing, if you can. Yeah. Sludge Vipers and Toxo Viper. That's funny. That's something I picked up. I don't know if I showed you guys that. Long story short, I got a Toxo Viper. Not a Toxo Viper. Yeah, Toxo. The one, yeah. Yeah, the one from Eco Warriors. The bad guy with the red mask. I got one of those last week. I didn't have one. Sludge Vipers are pretty sweet too. I actually have 2 Sludge Vipers in my collection. I do enjoy them. They're pretty cool. At some point, I would assume that Hasbro will do the Eco Warriors. So, I mean, they got to get building on this stuff, right? You don't want to necessarily, oversaturate your waves. Like, you got to kind of throw one or two out at a time so you can slowly build those guys out. So, I would assume we'll get Eco Warriors sometime, maybe 2027. Anyways, we'll see how it goes. Let's see. So, okay, Airtight. I think Airtight's solid. Nice job on Airtight. You can't mess with a Real American Hero classic design. So, I mean, I guess my only problem with this guy is, like, at this point, we're assuming it's a mainline figure. How would you improve this guy to make him a retro one if this one really exists? I don't really know if they can. So maybe this guy never gets a retro release. Or maybe they just throw him on a card anyways. Anyways, we'll see. I still find it funny that they never showed his face if that helmet's removable for this render. Anyways, we'll see how that works out. Sorry guys, I got yawn. Ooh, I'm getting sleepy. Okay, stay with me though, team. Stay with me. Last but not least, and for me, the most decisive one. Decisive, is that the right word? I don't know. We have Zanya. I don't know how to pronounce her name because guess what? I never knew about this character for the longest while. This is what I will introduce her in the comic book series, I believe. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe IDW or Devil's Due. I can't remember. So my understanding, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, is Zanya is Zartan's daughter, I believe. Renegade's Airtight had a removable helmet. I actually have that somewhere. I think. Renegade's... Oh, maybe I don't have that one. I'm not sure. Okay, Zanya. So, Zartan's daughter, looks like she comes with like a big gun, a little gun, a holster, extra hands, a mask, some goggles, a helmet, a ton of stuff. Devil's Dudes Comics, it's her daughter. Primer confirms it. Yeah. Sorry. I have to be honest, like, I do have some Devil's Due and some comics, but never really, not as much as the Marvel ones. I didn't get as deep into it as the Marvel ones. So I'm not familiar with her, but like I obviously know she exists. I know she was coming. I actually did a preview video that we knew that she was coming with the swamp skier. Remember that they gave us that the preview of the ski. How many of you guys in chat said it was the Cobra Wolf? Get out of here if you said it was the Cobra Wolf. I told you it was going to be the swamp skier. So many people fought me on that on Twitter, in chat and comments that it was going to be the Cobra Wolf ski. So many people want that Cobra Wolf ski, and I gotta break it to you guys. The Cobra Wolf, I doubt will ever happen. Anyways, Hasbro cannot stay on this winter motif forever. They need to get back to just everyday G.I. Joe and Cobra battles, not snow motif. That being said, for me, the elephant in the room is I am not a fan of what they did with the swamp skier here. I understand that you might need to do a recoloring based on the colors of the Real American Hero version. I don't like the look of this render. Now, that being said, could the actual physical model of this that we'll see at Toy Fair look better? Yes, it could. The model is not selling me on it. The color, all that chrome, the black, like, I think that when it comes down to it, all the vintage colors just look a little better, and that's what I grew up with. So seeing it in this color kind of makes me throw me back and say, like, what the hell is this? But I'm not a fan of it as of right now. Liquid. The swamp skier colors are kind of bland here, not very lime green. The silver needs to be dirty. Agreed, 1000% with Liquid. The OG Chameleon had a jet engine to provide thrust. How does a motorcycle engine provide thrust? Good job, Carlos. Primer, she will be in my Dreadnoks collection. Yeah, I mean, like I said at the beginning of the chat, everyone loves a good Dreadnok. So who's her mother? Chat, somebody help Dr. No Good, because I don't know. Who's the mother? Is it, you know who it is? Is it Lady J? Or is it Scarlet? Or Baroness? It could be like anyone. Maybe they disappeared for 9 months. Liquid says it doesn't look like it belongs in a swamp at all. Mystique. Yeah, Mystique's her mom. I agree. Somebody on Twitter mentioned maybe they will do a retro release of this later on. And that would be kind of cool. I would be down because, okay, when we first started to talk about this Swamp Skier, I did a video on it. And one of the things I mentioned in my video was that it had to come with Zanya. Because they're not going to do it with Zartan because it doesn't come with Zartan version 2. He was an independent character. And they can't do another Zartan right away because there's just too many Zartans right now. They're not going to do a Zartan version 1 and version 2 in the same wave. So we knew it wasn't going to come with Zartan. We knew it was going to come with Zanya. Okay, unless it was just a straight release. But Hasbro loves to include sought-after vehicles with female drivers, and it drives me nuts. It drives me absolutely nuts. Because, I'm going to be honest with you, Zanya is not a wanted character by me, but maybe I might want 3 of those classified swamp skiers. But I'm not going to buy 3 Zanya deluxe figures to get it. Anyways, but what I was saying was, I actually don't remember what I was saying, but the colors, I don't like the colors at all. The black, the more army green, and the chrome or the silver exhaust pipes and the engine. I am not feeling the colors. And, you know, could they do a retro release of this down the road, make it more retro colored, and include Zartan and put it in one of those, the Zartan box, right? Could they do that? I think if Hasbro would just listen to me, they'd be better off. Could they release this as a retro vehicle release? So include the retro colors, so recolor it and do the colors like that, and then do a Zartan version 1 in this with a box. I think Hasbro will do this further down the line. Retro release vehicles, it's a no-brainer because as collectors, we'll buy this because it looks amazing. And if you already have the Zanya one, you're just going to buy another one. So they make more sales. If Hasbro does not do this further down the line, they're just leaving money on the table. And I'm going to actually make a post about this in a bit. Anyways, we'll see. I think that's a no-brainer. What do you guys think? I don't think they ever said who her mom is. They need to make a better chameleon. I agree. No, Dr. No Good. Joe Bits, Hasbro chose women drivers because political virtual signaling. Yep, I said it. Joe Bits, I don't often say that, but I agree with you. Oops. We're supposed to be right here. Sorry guys, I clicked the wrong thing. Yeah, I don't say that out loud a lot of times, but I agree with you. They include the female drivers because I personally believe the female characters will not sell as well by themselves. Some of them are totally badass, but it's a male-dominated toy line. So I just think nostalgia kicks in. A lot of us guys growing up skipped the female characters. I had a Baroness, I had a Scarlet. I don't know if I had a Lady J, but I had Zorana when I was growing up. But if given the choice between like a cool Cobra Trooper and a Zanya or like a Cover Girl, I might choose the cool Cobra Trooper over those two female characters. That's just my opinion. Anyways, so I'm not a fan. Like, you know, the Cobra Claw had a female driver. The Cobra Ferret had a female driver. Now this Swamp Skier has a female driver. Not a fan, but whatever. Maybe somebody will pick up a Zanya and want to sell their Swamp Skier. I might buy it. I would prefer if it looked better colored. I'm not a fan of the coloring of the Swamp Skier right now. IDW never told us. That's Hasbro's evil genius. They know Zanya won't sell to a real American Hero purist. The Chameleon will... That's what I just said. Carlos is backing up what I just said. And that's the way it is, right? That's all we can do. I understand. It's a business, right? Guys, it's a business. I try not to get too upset about it anymore. And it's a business marketing thing. They know that people want the Swamp Skier. They're going to pack her in with Zanya because Zanya's only going to sell a few if she was by herself. And if people want to troop build the Swamp Skier, they'll buy more than one Zanya. It's just business. It just sucks or whatever. So this is why I get a lot of things in the secondary market. We'll see how that goes for me this time. The choice of female also guarantees a sale of an obscure vehicle like the Squibbler? What's the Squibbler? Guys, I'm starting to yawn. That's not good. 12:52. Yeah. Get a drink. Anyways, like, I don't necessarily have a problem with Zanya. She's not on my radar at all, so I'm not going to pick her up, especially because she's a deluxe one with a vehicle now. Like, they're probably going to sell this for... I would say they're going to sell this for Are they going to try to sell this for $70 in the USA? I don't know. What do you think the price of this is going to be? Because a deluxe figure in USA is $43, $45, but a vehicle one is, I think, $70. So like the Cobra Claw, now this is bigger than the Cobra Claw. That one is 70 or 79 USD. What other smaller vehicles do you want to be packed in with figures? It's a good question. Like, the Devilfish would be a good one. I mean, that's a bit of a bigger vehicle, a medium-sized vehicle. She's Farmazon, right? So if it won't take long to go on sale. Is she? So she's fan site? Okay. Maybe she'll go on sale then. As long as she's not Hasbro Pulse exclusive. Sorry, it's late. $47.99. Yeah, okay. $69.99. Dave says, I think personally, because I think it comes with a vehicle. I think, like Dave's right, I think this is going to be $69.99. If she just was a deluxe character and came with a bunch of accessories like Road Pig, she would be $47 or whatever. Sorry, guys. I was gonna show you something, but I guys, my room is not that big, but I got Road Pig this week, and I can't seem to find what I did with him in my room. I don't see him anywhere. So I'm not sure where he is right now. And that, oh yeah, Road Pig's right here. I forgot, I missed this. I got Road Pig this week too. So he was on sale for $30 in EB Games, GameStop in Canada. It was 50% off, so easy pickup. So I got this guy. I forgot to mention this at the top. So like this is what a normal deluxe character looks like, right? So in Canada, this guy was 69. In the States, I believe he's 48 or whatever. I think Zanya is going to be more expensive because she comes with that vehicle. So I think she'll be 69 in the USA, more expensive in Canada. Sorry guys, I just forgot I mentioned that. It should have been mentioned at the top. Anyways, let's see. 54. Do you think the skier was designed to reuse parts for the polar battle bear? Maybe, Liquid. I don't know. If you look at them, the one for the polar battle bear, the front ski is more flat compared to this swamp skier. It's more articulation and it's got more like bits to it. I mean, they could certainly remold it and make it useful for the polar battle bear. I'm really surprised we don't have one of those out yet on market. Hopefully it comes very soon. I think they've already talked about it. They mentioned it at Comic-Con, I believe. I can't remember. The Trouble Bubble and Ram went from 45 to 55 with price increases. I'm thinking 60. Yeah, Carlos, I think so too. It's practically a motorcycle, so yeah, $54.99. I think $54.99 might be the old price, is it not? I think the price has gone up now. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not loving that swamp skier. It needs to be a better color. That's all. Let's see. Main camera. Oh, we're on main camera now. Okay. So, anyways, that's I think overall the wave is very good. Like a lot of very interesting characters. So they've done a great job with it or whatever. The only one that I'll order right now is Airtight. I'm gonna wait on the rest of them. I'm gonna wait on the rest of them. Airtight looks pretty cool. I'm feeling Airtight just because it's such classic, a real American hero, right? And a lot of us old guys really enjoy the real American hero, so that's what I'm gonna make sure I get from that wave. So let's see. Let's go back to the poll here. So 9 votes in the poll. I'll give you guys 30 more seconds to vote in the poll if you haven't voted as of yet. So go vote, and then we'll close her down for the vote polls, and we'll just go over the vote quickly. So, yeah. Yeah, David, yeah, of course, we need more vehicles. That's a no-brainer. We need more vehicles, especially since there's still lots of small vehicles they can do, or even, I think... I'm surprised after the Bivouac we haven't got any more play sets as of yet. So hopefully we get some play sets soon. Okay, shutting the poll down. Nobody voted. Okay. Right now, shut it down. Which is your most wanted classified figure? Airtight with 56%. Zanya with 33%. Zartan with 0%. And Overkill with 11%. So, I mean, it seems like you guys are kind of like in tune with me. Airtight, it's one of the coolest ones. He's going to be the one that I pick up. I'm going to make sure I pre-order him. Yeah, most vehicles would be cool, but more vehicles would be cool. But I need more space. I know, space is so limited, especially with the G.I. Joe Classified vehicle size. I seen some guy 3D print a Conquest on Twitter. That thing was huge. And, like, can you imagine, like, trying to find space for that thing? I'm in for the whole wave. I may double up on the Hydro Viper. Dude, Carlos, send me some. Send me some of your money, buddy. That's cool. Yeah, the whole wave, I mean, it's a good wave. It's a solid wave. I forgot about the Hydro Viper. I'm down for Airtight and the Hydro Viper for sure. 100% adding those ones to my collection. I'll wait for the other ones to maybe go on sale at a later date. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. So, what time is it? It is 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, who's on the West Coast and who's on the East Coast? Everyone tell me, where are you? Like what time of night or what time of day is it where you're watching right now? Primer says it's a great wave. I agree. It's a good wave. It's a solid wave. I'm just frugal with my money, so I gotta make sure I just buy what I want to buy instead of just buying them all. So that's cool. So I got itchy head here. Midnight here, Carlos says. So he's back an hour. He's living ahead in the future with me. That's cool. It's only early there. 1 a.m. Oh yeah, so you're with me, Primer. You're with me. It's 1 a.m. here as well. Gotta go to work tomorrow. Gross. East Coast 1 a.m. David, good job. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. That's cool. I'm just checking in. West Coast Vancouver, 10 p.m. here. Evo King, barely turned 10 p.m. in Seattle. Oh, look, I'm interesting to see a couple guys from the West Coast. Yeah, because sometimes they flirt about doing this a little earlier. 5:01 p.m. in Australia from Dr. No Good. Whoa, bro. You're the next day. You're a time traveler, my friend. Time traveler. Guys, first time traveler in my chat. That's pretty cool. I can't wait to tell my wife in the morning that I had a time traveler in my chat. Thanks for the input, guys, about where you come from. It helps me just determine like who's showing up or whatever. It's good to see that the same bunch of people are starting to show up, building a bit of a community, you know. Victoria, BC. Was it Fizzog 797? 10 p.m. So we got 2 people from Vancouver here. Not Vancouver. From BC. Sorry, British Columbia. I am Canadian. I should know that. That's cool. That's cool. It's a good smattering of different people. That's very nice. It's cool. Getting the message out there, slowly building up. Engagement here, and that's cool. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. If you haven't done so already, think about hitting the like button as well. If you're new here, I think. Who said they were new here? Joe Bitts said he was new here. Think about hitting that subscribe button as well. I mentioned earlier, I put the 2 store links in the pinned comment. If you need anything from Amazon related to toys, G.I. Joe, and Transformers, check those links out. I'm trying to think what else. So, let me see. I didn't think I had anything marked down for. It's funny. I didn't really have anything to discuss about today's stream. And like those figures were revealed and it just all came together. Oh, one thing before. Let's see where we are here. One thing. Let's see. Display images. Let me just show you one other thing. So I did a new video this week, a long form video, and like we discussed this here in the chat last week. Basically I turned it into a long form video. I think Hasbro needs to do these, guys. I know we talked about this last week. But the mask wave needs to happen. Make it exclusive to Walmart, Target, or Amazon, and get the retailer to help you out. Because when they do exclusives, I don't know how many people know this. When they do a Target exclusive, when they do a Walmart exclusive, the retailer buys the whole thing. I think what we're seeing now is Hasbro keeps 10% to put it up on Hasbro Pulse, so people are still understand there's new product coming. But like Walmart and Target, they buy them all from them and they put them up for sale, right? So let's do Hasbro. You got to get this mask stuff done. Make it quite easy. 4-person wave. For either Walmart or Target. Amazon might want it too. I think it'd be awesome. It's a no-brainer. If Hasbro doesn't do this, they're leaving a ton of money on the table. Because these 3D renders that these AI 3D renders that people are putting out, a lot of them are for like Rambo and Top Gun or Maverick and the cast of MASH. Hasbro doesn't own the rights to all those things. They look totally badass, but they can't make them or whatever, right? They own the rights to Kenner, all these masks toys. So I know Loyal Subjects is making the vintage toys. Make these classified scale figures as well. It would be sell like hotcakes. Hotcakes. Watch the video, guys. I came up with what maybe wave 1 would look like in the video. Think about watching the video. If you haven't done so already, I really appreciate it. Let's see what the chat says. Great show, Primer. Go to bed. You gotta go to work tomorrow. Go to bed. Thanks for dropping by. Classified mask, and I'm on board. Yeah, Carlos, me too. Sell me these. There's a mask cameo in the new Skybound G.I. Joe comics. Yeah. I know for the free comic book day one, Matt Tracker was in it, and I'm not up on the. I haven't been reading it the last few issues, so I'm kind of behind. So I'm assuming, I think Mask shows up again from what I read, rumors or whatever. So I mean, it's kind of cool. Sub, you're here, buddy. It's the end of the stream. We're about to turn it off in a few minutes, and you're just showing up now, bro. Like, what happened? Come on, you got to get here a little earlier, right? Kidding. Thanks for showing up. Airtight, right? Is Airtight your favorite? Which one's your favorite, Sub, out of the new ones that were revealed this week? What do you think? I'll give you a few seconds. I never play with this goal thing, guys. Oops. Yeah, buddy, you're late. This goal thing, like I'm just playing with this, guys, for a second. Let's see. An error occurred. Why didn't an error occur? Sorry, I'm just playing with something here, guys. 1 second. I tried to start a goal, and it never allowed me to do it. Maybe just a second. Just 1 second, guys. Okay. So guys, sorry. I just wanted to play with the goal thing where like you put the goal up to see if you can get some stuff, and it's a little e-baggy or whatever, and I didn't want to do it by like it. I just wanted to see it how it worked. And earlier, just then, it asks you like, you know, how many goals and, you know, what level, and like to give a reason of something you will do if that goal is met. And just jokingly, I put in, I would poop my pants with excitement if I got a goal, and YouTube would not allow me to do that. It wouldn't allow me to do that. It said there was an error. I fixed it and I changed the wording, and it allowed me to do that. That's what if I wanted to poop my pants with excitement? They wouldn't allow me to do it. David, tomorrow's my birthday, so I have Monday off for my birthday. David, happy birthday from me and everyone in this group chat. Thanks for coming, buddy. Really appreciate you staying up late tonight with us, and I hope you have an amazing birthday. And I accidentally just threw my pen behind my desk. Let's see what we got here. I will rewatch. Good job, Sub. Please rewatch. Make sure you leave a like. Airtight's pretty sweet. I agree with you, Sub. Only Airtight for me. We're the same. Airtight's the only one that I'm gonna pre-order at the moment. I think he's done very badass. Hydra Viper, I need like 6 of those. Shane, 6 of them, buddy. You're a doctor. Are you a doctor? Can you afford that many? Because that is a lot of Spondulix to spend on them. That's sweet, man. You must army build. Will the shark be made by the loyal subjects? Yeah, I don't know. I think they've already announced Wave 2 for loyal subjects, and I don't think the shark was part of it right now. Sub, the Hydra Viper is my second fave of this wave. Might get it on sale, but Airtight is a day one purchase for me, even if I know he will be a major peg warmer. Yeah, I'm getting Airtight for sure. Good night, Dr. No Good. Thank you so much for tuning in from Australia. I really appreciate it. Shane, Airtight is a solid figure. I agree. David, yeah, enjoy that birthday of yours, okay, bro? Enjoy the birthday. Now, Seagull. continue. Okay, guys. So, no. Interesting. Sorry, I was just playing with that goal thing. So yeah, I was just trying to make the stream a little better, guys. We did a poll earlier. I pinned a message earlier with the links to the Amazon stores, so I didn't have to tell you about them. And then I was just playing with the goal thing. Don't worry, don't expect anyone to do a super chat. There's not enough people in this chat to do, because super chat, like, the only reason you would do a super chat really is if you were like, there's 100 people here and you're like, hey, pick me, I have some stuff I want to talk about or whatever, right? So yeah, kind of cool. I gotta use that eBay Games Onyx discount before it's gone in November. Yeah, they shut down the eBay Games discount here as well. I miss out on that discount. I'm going to pre-order the Hydro Viper. Just came to say goodnight, then I guess. Sub, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. But that being said, guys, like I said, as soon as these guys go up for pre-order, I'll make sure I add them to the Amazon store. If you want to use my Amazon links to order them, I really appreciate it. If you do not a problem. That being said, we are going to end the chat here tonight. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. I love chatting to you guys. This was this was one of my favorite streams we've done in a while. So thanks so much for stopping by. That being said, we'll cut it here. And yeah, so long form video once a week, shorts coming, maybe throughout the weeks or whatever. And always check that community page. I always make sure I post the newest news or I post some hot deals for you guys, okay? So really appreciate the support. And yeah, we'll call it here. A great wave from the G.I. Joe Hasbro team. I'm definitely picking up Airtight. I might get that Hydro Viper as well. And guys, thanks for dropping by, and we'll see you in the next one. Remember, we'll be back next week, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Late night G.I. Joe and Transformers. We didn't talk about Transformers tonight because we had so much to talk about for G.I. Joe. Sorry, guys. Hope you understand. We will see you next week, and thank you so much for dropping by. Carlos, that sucks about your local GameStop. That really sucks. So, we'll see you next week. Thanks again. You have an amazing week. And I really appreciate you guys stopping by. Make sure you hit like or subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you next week. Talk to you later.